Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I am Crypto Kip. Today we are back with another live stream, and there is a lot of news going on in the crypto market right now. A market which is fortunately rebounding, hitting some of the levels that we talked about exactly on the channel, both on the overall market cap and in the Bitcoin price. Looking at the charts, guys, very excited for the upcoming bull run. I think there's a lot of money to be made in these markets, but let's talk about some of the breaking news that's going on. So smash up the like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. We're going to talk a little bit about Binance, Coinbase, FTX, Crypto.com. Of course, I do believe that the Crow token easily hits $1 in the next bull run. Talk about a little AMA that was going on for the Kronos team. People are getting excited for this bull run. A lot of building has been going on, and at the same time, a lot of regulatory hurdles have been popping up. People are saying that crypto's dead in the US. People are saying that people are fleeing gold or fleeing Bitcoin and going over to gold. But is this true? You know, how much truth is there to all this, and really what's coming up? Let's look at some of the stories for the day, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. Red Sox, Crow Fits. Good to have you guys in the chat. Smash up that like, guys. Let's take a peek. Let's look at the charts and get right in to it, guys. So the overall market cap right now is doing pretty all right. We are currently sitting where we at $1.17 trillion. Absolutely spectacular. Like $20 billion have flown into this crypto market in the last hour alone, it seems, which is great. Hopefully we get more pumpability here on this live stream. I love it when we have a bullish live stream. Right now, Bitcoin's trading at $28,275, which is pretty spectacular. We were just below at like $27,400, $500. I did a video earlier today. And we are already like back up, moving upward. I was saying more likely I would expect an upward move. We'll get into why. We'll look at that technical chart here in a minute. But Ethereum's doing really well, just below 1900. Wouldn't be surprised to see that scoop right back up today on this Bitcoin move. I think some shorts are getting liquidated today. Binance coin's pretty strong right now at $337. It was only at like $500 or $600 in the last bull market, guys. It's like down less than 50% from its previous market high, which is actually extremely incredible, which is one of the reasons, too, I think, you know, Crow has a lot more upside because it's so far away from its previous all-time high, which was basically $1. I think there's so much upside. I really love to compare those two tokens. We'll talk more about that in a bit. Ripple's doing pretty well. Overall market, though, everything's green right now in the 24 hours, just about everything. Tron's a little bit down. Looking at Crow, Crow's up 3% today at rank number 36, which is spectacular. Down only 4% for the week, which is great, which is why I think we saw the Kronos token versus Bitcoin going up on those charts. So let's just take a peek at it real quick. Looking at the Crow versus Bitcoin chart, it is trying to recover. These are the weekly candles we're looking at. We had one weekly candle that was moving up, and there was a second weekly candle. This was green just before Bitcoin started pumping. I think this still turns green. I'm optimistic that this still turns green. I'm getting more optimistic that we don't have to go down to this bottom trend line. It's certainly possible that we still do, because Bitcoin could just keep rallying and altcoins might not rally as fast. Let me know what your thoughts, though, are in the comments. Very curious what you guys are thinking about it. I'm looking for an altcoin rally, though. In the meantime, look at this Bitcoin chart. Now, I've had these channels drawn for a long time, all the way back since, really, I think I put these things up in like January or February. Found some of these channels we were trading in. You have this blue channel, which was a very, very big one. I don't know if we see the bottom of this channel again, though I will note, guys, some people are calling for a $20,000 Bitcoin bounce again. That was just earlier today, and now look at this crazy recovery we are having here on the week. I was looking at this specific weekly candle. Let me get a little bit closer to it earlier. And I was saying, guys, more likely I expect us to move back up towards this $29,000, $30,000 price level. But we were below that. Like the body of this candle was below this blue line earlier today. I was saying, hey, don't be surprised to see a bounce off 26 or 25,300. And then an hour or two later, we went straight away from that and boom, exploded back up into this, above this blue line and kind of into this channel up here. Possibly, guys, midway through May, maybe we get a breakout through this, possibly even sooner. We'll have to see how this plays out. I would love to see this $40,000, $50,000 Bitcoin that people are calling for this year. Some people are calling for $100,000 Bitcoin, guys. And some people are calling for the death of crypto in the US. And here's a recent piece of news that's getting people scared. Voyager Digital says that Binance has officially sent a letter canceling its billion-dollar deal. Voyager Digital went bankrupt after the FTX collapse. The FTX collapse is the one that really hurt us all, guys. That's why this crypto market came tumbling down even further. We were in a bear market, so the downward action was warranted regardless of the FTX collapse. We all have to acknowledge that. There's a 4-year cycle. If you don't know the 4-year cycle, check out some of the other videos where we talked about it. But this Bitcoin halving is coming. A bull market's coming. The bear market just happened. The FTX collapse caused a lot of fear. This Voyager Digital was a casualty in the FTX scandal, if you will. And now this deal is canceled. They were very hopeful for it. Now, they are saying they're still going to be able to return all the value to the customers via direct distribution just because of bankruptcy regulations, because of the bankruptcy law filing Chapter 11. They do get to pay people back. So, I mean, it's good to see, but very interesting to see that Binance.us is canceling this deal. Well, why? They are citing too much regulation and like a lack of clarity too in the US, which is what we've been hearing over and over and over again. Very, very crazy, guys. Very, very crazy stuff. And you've got some people now saying, and it goes right in hand with this other Binance story, crypto is dead in America, says longtime Bitcoin bull Chamath Palihapitiya. Probably got that right. Maybe. Let me know. He is a huge Ethereum bull, guys. He was calling for like a $20,000 Bitcoin last bull market, I think. He believes in a $200,000 Bitcoin. I don't know if he still believes in that, but he did come out on CNBC today and say, hey, crypto's dead in America. And why? Well, what's his quote here? You had Gensler blaming the banking crisis on crypto. The United States authorities have firmly pointed their guns at crypto. And you see so many stories on this today that everybody says, oh, the U.S. is coming after crypto. This isn't a shocking story. This isn't a shocker. And this news is breaking today, and the Bitcoin price goes up. That is Bitcoin investors laughing in the face of this FUD. Absolutely laughing in the face of the fake news narrative that Bitcoin's dead, crypto's terrible, crypto's banned in China, right? That was a narrative we used to talk about. Look at what's happened since those narratives. If you zoom back out and you look at the history of Bitcoin and you go back even to, it's not showing the whole history here, but even to 2017, people were saying as this was going up, China bans Bitcoin, Bitcoin's dead, moved higher, higher. We have people say during this moment, crypto's dead. Here's the FTX collapse right there. People say crypto's dead. Now you got Chamath coming out and saying, hey, crypto's dead in America. BS, man. Absolute. No way. Get with the program. Bitcoin's going up today. Nobody cares about this quote here, but I do think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious. Everybody's talking about it, so we had to talk about it. But it's an obvious thing. The United States have their guns pointed at crypto. Of course they do. Gary Gensler doesn't even know what the difference between a security and a commodity is. And if he does, he's not sharing that with the public in terms of what crypto is and is not a security, what crypto is and is not a commodity. He can't really speak to the commodities. He can only speak to securities. But he was just in front of congressmen, I believe, and senators at a hearing the other day publicly. You guys all saw those crazy videos of him just totally getting bashed, but couldn't answer a couple straightforward questions. Is Ethereum a security? He says he can't cite any one specific token. Again, BS. He's talked about how Bitcoin is a security in the past. Actually, I think he's called it a commodity in the past. He's spoken to some other individual coins. And algorand's a perfect example. He has deemed that a security. And also, by the way, he was bullish on algorand and promoting the project. So, a lot of people think Gary Gensler should step down or be fired. And we definitely agree with that here at the Crypto Report. Smash up the like button if you agree. Also, Coinbase definitely agrees. Now they are officially suing the SEC. This came out yesterday, guys. After months of silence from the SEC, they haven't been hearing from them. They are officially filing a suit. You know, you've heard Coinbase talking about setting up headquarters in, not headquarters, but building out a platform in Bermuda, getting out of the US. And then the next day, Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, went to Washington, D.C., or wherever the SEC headquarters is, went in person and talked with them directly. And now, yesterday, they are filing a lawsuit against them, which is fantastic. You know, everybody's looking at the Ripple versus the SEC litigation that's going on right now. People are expecting Ripple to win. Now, the deadline for the end of that trial keeps getting pushed back, but I myself do believe this. When Ripple beats the SEC, and this isn't financial advice, but when Ripple beats the SEC, I do believe they will beat them. This is going to be incredibly bullish for the crypto markets, guys. Incredibly bullish for the crypto markets. And now I'm very curious to see what happens as Coinbase is now suing the SEC. I would say that Coinbase has got to be stronger than Ripple. Maybe would move a little faster in the courts. Courts move very, very slow, but they're upset. You know, back in March, guys, they were the subject of a Wells notice from the SEC. Gary Gensler had, no crypto pursuits before the FTX collapse. He wasn't coming after crypto at all. FTX collapse, and then every little thing in crypto is scrutinized, detail to detail, scrutinized by the SEC. But honestly, like with no clarity behind it. I mean, I'm sure you remember the story about Kraken. I think it was a $30 million fine. SEC says all the Kraken CEO has to do is go on the website and register as a security. Very simple. Kraken CEO comes out and tweets. It's like, preferred to pay the $30 million fine over clicking a couple buttons on a website. Wish I would have known. You know, there was no links. He was being sarcastic. There was no links. There's no clarity. There's no information out there. Really, it's not easy for these crypto companies to comply with the SEC because the SEC doesn't even know what they're doing. Down with Gary Gensler, we say here. Down with Gary Gensler. By the way, if you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comments section. I'll be looking at the chat. Thanks for hopping in there. Johnny, Tim, Lonnie, Headshots, Kid Pro Crow. Good to have you in the chat, guys. Michael Artezi. Glad you're in the stream, guys. Glad you're in the stream. Smash up the like. But there is a lot going on today. Now, another one, Apple is getting scrutinized for its 30% tax on NFT projects through the App Store. It is definitely not a good thing, and some people are coming out and saying it's illegal. Now, just earlier this month, the Bitcoin white paper was discovered to be hidden in every single Mac that's been produced for a very long time. I think since 2016 or something like that. Well, they recently upgraded their operating system, and 13.4 beta 3 took away the white paper. So Bitcoin is Apple's probably bullish on Bitcoin right now, guys, but definitely when they found out about this, they removed it, which makes me think this isn't a big initiative of theirs. This wasn't a big company secret. This was probably just a coder that snuck one in there, which good for him. And I hope he comes out. I hope we find out who that is. If you guys know who that is, let me know in the comments down below. I have not seen it. I've been looking for that information, but I have not seen it. So let me know there, guys. Another story, back to crypto is dead. And the guns are pointed at cryptocurrency in the US. Well, here's another global story. The IMF is planning on bailing out Argentina only if the country adopts an anti-crypto stance. Let's talk a little bit about this. So who's the IMF? The International Monetary Fund. This is essentially a conglomerate of, let's just say, world powers. These are basically the world banks that got together, and this is like call it a world bank, I guess. And Argentina right now, if you don't know the story there's money in the streets because it's so worthless. It's lying in the gutters. They had a 300-point basis hike, a 30% interest rate hike on their currency. It is out of control. The inflation is unmanageable. And right now, they're set to receive $45 billion bailout from the IMF. Well, this is really good, you say. Well, is it? $45 billion is not enough to fix their inflation. It's not enough to fix their inflation. It's maybe plug a hole in the boat at best, but this isn't going to fix the inflation. As a matter of fact, I think it sets them up for failure in the future because I believe that crypto is the future. And I know a lot of people watching this content believe that crypto is the future. And maybe you're new to crypto and you're just starting to kind of learn it. Banks are collapsing. People are fleeing to Bitcoin. You see the price of Bitcoin going up. You're getting ready for another bull market. And for Argentina to accept this $45 billion bailout, it would mean they'd have to adopt an anti-crypto stance. Who the heck does the IMF think they are? This is, that should be illegal. I mean, the IMF, why are they so anti-crypto? Well, are they anti-crypto? You look at a story from the past. This came out in February. I remember covering this story. The IMF boards generally agreed that crypto shouldn't be legal tender. So there's certain individuals within the IMF that are anti-crypto. And then maybe there's a couple in there that are pro-crypto. And I'll tell you, for this story right here, I looked through this. They don't actually note who said the IMF, says, we'll give you the money if you're anti-crypto. We don't know who is requesting that Argentina is anti-crypto if they accept this money. The IMF published a report that pointed towards substantial risks to the effectiveness of monetary policy due to the proliferation of crypto assets. They're scared of crypto, guys. They're scared of crypto. The risk of currency substitution, cryptoization, is particularly pertinent for countries with unstable currencies and weak monetary frameworks. In other words, that says to me, if countries want to abandon their currencies and move over to crypto, the IMF doesn't like it. The institutions that create these systems of fiat currencies and these traditional banks don't like it. Why? Because probably we're onto something. Look at the El Salvador Bitcoin experiment, guys. It's going well. The IMF actually tried to do the same thing to El Salvador, and President Nayib said, I'm doing the crypto thing. Forget it. Argentina, I don't know whether they're going to accept this money, but I certainly hope they don't. And Michael Saylor's coming out and saying, I hope that you guys consider Bitcoin. Maybe you back your currency with Bitcoin. Maybe you start utilizing Bitcoin as your currency. And we see so many countries across the world starting to get more and more bullish on Bitcoin, on crypto. It's getting pretty exciting, guys. It's getting pretty exciting. I like to see the fear from these traditional entities because banks are collapsing. There's clearly a move away from these traditional banks, away from traditional assets, fiat, cash, and towards crypto. So people are scared. And here you go. Perfect example. Watcher Guru on Twitter saw this story today. First Republic Bank. You remember hearing about First Republic Bank, right around the Signature Bank collapse, Silicon Valley Bank collapse. Well, First Republic Bank is now expected to be seized by the U.S. government, just like Silicon Valley Bank was. Very, very interesting. And, people said, hey, the banks aren't going to collapse. No more bank collapse. Well, here you go. First Republic Bank, we were skeptical of them for a while. We were fearful for it. Here they are. They're collapsing. And what's so funny is Jim Cramer at it again. FRC, First Republic Bank, is a new focus, very good bank. Tweeted this on March 10th. The stock is down 89% right now. And here you go. Here's the breaking story. It's pathetic. The mainstream media says this, and then that happens. One thing they suggest, the other thing happens. The IMF is trying to lend their money, basically buy the allegiance of Argentina by giving them a bunch of money to say, and now we control what you do. This is all a very obvious play. The banks have been secretly bailing out banks over and over again, probably daily at this point. We're not hearing about it, but it's happening, guys. We printed billions of dollars. We're going to print billions of dollars more. Inflation is going to continue to get worse, and there needs to be an alternative option. And I think Argentina needs to kind of consider this. And the IMF getting anti-crypto, it's just so funny to me. Banks are collapsing. Fiat's around the world at rest. There is no fiat currency that has not collapsed. Every single fiat currency has collapsed. And one day, Bitcoin will probably collapse too. Don't hate me for saying that. That's probably 200-300 years. Who knows? Maybe it's 50 years away. But in the next 10 to 20, 30 years, this is going to continue to gain traction, in my opinion. It's not financial advice. Look at the history of it. It goes up 100% year over year. Not only Bitcoin, but cryptocurrencies overall. You're talking about what was a $3 trillion market cap last bull market, currently at a $1.17 trillion market cap. Next bull market, it could be to $10 trillion, guys, especially as banks fails. Trillions of dollars are in banks. If the banks fail, where are they going to go? Why not crypto? Why not crypto, guys? Some people are saying Bitcoin can go to 1.3 million. So you've really got a variety of opinions out there. I'll just tell you guys, zoom out, look at the history of the thing. Look at all the use cases for Bitcoin. Look at the problems it solves. Solving the middleman, ease of use, simplicity in transaction, the cost of transactions, right? A public ledger. This is amazing. This is an amazing technology, guys. Can Bitcoin move to $1.3 million? Yeah, I think one day it can. I don't think it's going to happen in the next bull market, but this goes back to the point I'm saying. The global reserve possibility. For Bitcoin to become a global reserve currency, I don't even think it is like, is that a possibility? I think it's a thing. It got over $1 trillion market cap last bull market. That's a big market cap. In the next bull market, we might be up to $3 to $5 trillion market cap for Bitcoin alone. I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if gold got flipped by Bitcoin. If Bitcoin could actually get a market cap of gold, that gives it about a $400,000 or $500,000 Bitcoin price, which would be spectacular. You're talking about a $13 trillion asset, which is gold, getting flipped by Bitcoin. Could it happen? Let me know what your thoughts are. I certainly believe that it's possible. And let's talk about this too. You know, talking about Bitcoin being dead in America, the bizarre sort of bipartisanship of the crypto Congress. So there is no way that Bitcoin's dead in America. Sure, the Binance deal collapsed, and sure, Ripple's currently in court with the SEC. And now we do see that also Coinbase is going to go to court with the SEC as well, which is very interesting. I'm excited to see how that plays out. But let's just look at it, guys. Because the truth is there's people on both sides of the aisle. Crypto is becoming an extremely political issue. The pro-crypto camp, here's a couple folks, a Representative Tom Emmer, a Republican from Minnesota. You have a Democrat from New York, a Republican from Arkansas, a Democrat from California. It's pretty bipartisan, honestly. Republican from Texas, Republican from Ohio, a Democrat from New York. And guys, typically New York seems pretty anti-crypto. So it's very surprising to see that there are some pro-crypto folks coming out of New York. Very, very interesting to see. Their regulations are very strict. Majority, it seems, Republicans, and there are some Democrats involved as well, which is very interesting. I like to see some bipartisanship. I don't, who cares, right? Republican, Democrat, maybe you do. That's not what this is about. That's not what the channel's about. But it's very interesting to see there are some supporters for crypto, and there's some skeptics. Here you go. Here's a Democrat from Massachusetts. Everybody knows Elizabeth Warren. We talk about her a lot on the channel. You got a Republican from Kansas, a Democrat from California, a Democrat from Ohio, a Democrat from Montana, a Democrat from Vermont. So it seems like more Democrats maybe are anti-crypto. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But the point is, guys, is there are people on both sides of this argument. So as many people as are trying to squash crypto, there are people that are also trying to promote it, trying to get regulation, good regulation. A lot of people, if you didn't watch Gary Gensler get grilled on a hill, you got to go back. You got to go watch it. Those are great clips. So as much as people are scared, Chmuth saying crypto's dead in America, I call BS because we've got politicians here in the U.S. starting to talk about it more and more. Biden just announced his candidacy for president for the next presidential election. Trump put out a rebuttal video today. So that battle's coming up. They're talking about getting on the debate stage with each other. I would bet anything to say that Bitcoin and crypto is going to get brought up on that debate stage one way or another. You know what? And a matter of fact, I'm going to put a little poll out there, and I'm just curious what you guys think. Here's the poll. Will crypto make it to the presidential debate stage next election? Let me know what you guys think, guys. Let me know what you guys think. I'm very, very, very curious. Look at this chat going wild today, guys. We'll talk some more crow here in a bit. I gotta, save the best for last. I gotta look at the AMA too. Just so many great things being built. There's all this litigation's going on. You got regulation fears. There's a lot of great things being done. We'll talk about that here in a second. But smart money is still betting on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's dead, Chumuth is saying, in America. Smart money is still eyeing the Bitcoin bull run. We know why, because 4-year cycles, guys, you've got the Bitcoin halving coming up. You've got all these different crypto companies developing their chains. The Kronos is doing a great job developing their chain, building metaverses. You have all these different things coming. People are talking about, bigger corrections. Bitcoin price fights for support among warning of bigger corrective move. Everybody's talking about a huge correction coming out. And this is what the chart looked like earlier. This was a red candle just earlier today. This candle turned green. That Bitcoin correction, could certainly happen, but I'm still feeling bullish. There's no reason why Bitcoin shouldn't continue to move up over time with some retracements here and there leading to this next bull cycle, guys. I am very, very, very exciting. Very, very excited about all this. So, there is some money still betting on the bull side, but the Wall Street Journal put out I did a short about this the other day. I don't know how many of you guys see the shorts, but how to buy gold hits a Google record as crypto investors chase the world's oldest asset. How to buy gold hits a Google record. Now, I'm not surprised by that, okay? And I'm not going to call that fake news, right? But this headline, it stinks. I don't like it. And here's why. How to buy gold hits a Google record. Sure, that's true, and I'm not surprised by it. You got banks collapsing. You got people doubting their currencies. Argentina is failing. Do you think they want gold in Argentina versus the currency? Of course they do. And maybe they want crypto versus their currency as well. Bitcoin's price is going up in an insane way right now. More than we've seen since the bear market. We're getting ready for this next bull market, clearly. And over the last couple months, as banks were failing, we had, a 70% run in crypto, essentially. Billions of dollars flow into crypto. How much money's flown into gold? Maybe billions, but percentage-wise, it is much, much less. You're talking about 6% gains maybe versus 70% gains. And then you look historically at gold versus Bitcoin, and you kind of look at this. Here's the price action of gold sideways, right? And then here's the price action of Bitcoin. Gold it's a good investment, right? It's a hard asset. It's probably arguably better than fiat, I would say. It's not financial advice, guys. But Bitcoin's digital gold. I think that Bitcoin's going to flip the market cap of crypto one day. And Bitcoin's going to flip the market cap of gold one day. And I frankly don't know who. I don't know who would actually believe this. Crypto investors are chasing the world's oldest asset. Why would the tech-savvy crypto investors chase this physical asset that underperforms? I don't think this is true, and I don't think they have any proof here either. So look at the charts, and I disagree. And if crypto investors are fleeing to gold, then it maybe was like one crypto investor. Because look at these charts, guys. They don't lie, okay? So it's just very interesting, the narratives that are being put out there. True, the guns might be pointed at crypto in the U.S. This is why you get these stories from the Wall Street Journal. Of course, they'd rather have you buying gold than crypto. Crypto's a threat. That goes back to decentralization, cutting out the middleman. If you want to buy gold, you're probably going to interact with a middleman. So, and you could argue some crypto exchanges are middlemen, but that's why you got DeFi, okay? But you can't go mine gold for yourself. There's gold mines, then the mines sell it, and it's a whole system. It's a whole operation. So even that is, I'm skeptical of that, right? And hey, you can make an argument, well, what about the Bitcoin miners? Yeah, it is a similar thing, but it's definitely different. I can go buy Bitcoin very simply. I can hold it in my decentralized wallet, and it's much easier to carry around, and it's much easier to transact with, and it's much more secure. And look at the price action. This Wall Street Journal article, what a bunch of baloney, Little update for you guys on FTX. So the FTX debtors announced an agreement with a affiliate of Miami International Holdings. They sold Ledger X, which is a company they acquired back during the previous bull run. Of course, FTX collapsed. Now you've got John J. Ray III, the chief executive officer, the CEO of FTX, coming out and saying, we are pleased to reach this agreement with MIH, which is an example of our continuing efforts to monetize assets to deliver recoveries to stakeholders. In other words, they're still trying to get everybody their money back. Big question is, is this FTX token going to recover? I hope not. We're in this whole guns are pointed at crypto situation. I'd argue because of FTX. I think inevitably it would have happened where we had this huge debate, a very heated battle over whether crypto is good or bad in terms of regulators getting involved with the conversation. But FTX certainly pointed the guns at crypto. I don't want FTX to recover at all. Anything to do with FTX, I personally don't want it to recover. But if you do look in the last month, it did have a crazy move up, but this was like one big move that happened on one day. Probably a fake pump. I think this thing probably dies, continues to move down. Hopefully it's just gone forever. I'm so done with FTX. It's not even funny. There's so many other great tokens out there to get. Shouldn't even say great token. FTX is a terrible token, in my opinion. There's so many great projects out there that we could be looking to get. And FTX is never going to fall into my buy bucket ever again. Instead, I'm looking at other exchanges that are doing it right in terms of regulation, building during the bear market. And that brings me, of course, guys, to Kronos, to the crypto.com platform, to the Kronos chain. A top 10 DeFi project is what we got when you're talking about Kronos, which is great. And today, I think it was today, they did a Kronos stream in an AMA with Vino, Third Finance, Crotopia, and Troops. I've been in some Twitter spaces with Troops, good people, great conversation. Really enjoyed talking with him, and it was really great to see kind of everybody gather as everybody's getting excited for the Kronos burn that's going to be proposed. That vote is coming up in the beginning of next month, guys. That burn is coming, folks. And it's going to be very, very interesting to see. It's coming if the community votes. We all have to vote, so participate in the vote. But if you did not check out this AMA, there's a little bit of a mention about the burn. Thinking that that's going to happen. People are pretty excited about it. It seemed pretty positive in this AMA. Really, most of this was just people talking about their projects, spreading the word about these projects on the Kronos ecosystem. And there's been a lot of building going on, guys. I mean, again, this is a top 10 in terms of total value locked up chain. I think it's going to do big things in the next bull market. So much utility coming from that. And then look at some of the comments too about crypto.com, from Chris Marziak, the CEO. You guys go back to Chmuth saying crypto's dead in the US. How many times have we heard, China bans crypto, crypto's dead in the US? And he came out and tweeted the other day, in the depths of the previous bear market, it was quite common to hear people saying, we'll never see a run like 2017 again. Then 21 came. And then the next cycle comes, and then we do it again and again and again. And guys, I'll tell you, looking towards the next bull market, a dollar Crow coin, it's just baked in. I feel like that's coming, guys. It's not financial advice, but I would not be surprised to see a $3 to $5 Crow coin. Look at my Twitter right now. Crypto.com is trending right now on Twitter, which is great to see. 1,000 tweets happening right now on Twitter. That's really great to see. I love it. I think it's fantastic. I love the community. I mean, the Crow community, the Crow fam is very strong, very vocal. And I'm very excited too, because we got a metaverse coming as well. So excited for the Loaded Lions metaverse. I've got my NFT ready to go. But there's a lot of reasons to be bullish on the project, guys. And, looking and comparing it to Binance, I think that CZ tweets a little bit more, right? He gets a little more Joker-ish, I guess, out there in the crypto community. But they do agree. Chris Marziak and CZ agree. What's the happening? Talk about the happening. Looking at the Bitcoin happening countdown. A bull market's coming. They've been preparing. Coinbase is suing the SEC ahead of this bull market so they don't have any issues. I think it's great. I think it's great to see all these crypto exchanges gather, spread the word about how important it is that we get proper crypto regulation going, that we get all this together, guys, and get it done the right way. I'm very, very excited for it. And you look over time, guys, this is what they're talking about. here's a happening, here's a happening, here's a happening, here's a happening. What is that? That is when the rewards that the Bitcoin miners receive are cut in half. These are the computers that basically power the Bitcoin network. They receive Bitcoin as a reward. It's getting cut in half. It's coming up, making it more scarce. Very, very exciting. I don't see why Bitcoin couldn't be worth $1 million one day. And I'll tell you guys, I'm very, very excited too. For Kronos, we're giving away a loaded line at 25,000 subscribers on this channel. So follow us at _crypto report on Twitter for the details to this giveaway. And become a member on the channel. If you are a member on our channel, you get access to our private Discord where you can talk directly with me and Black Sea about the moves that we're making in crypto through Discord, and you get these loyalty badges. And I'll do a little Q&A here at the end of the stream, but definitely want to hit all the questions that you guys might have out and about the space. So looking at the chat, let me take a peek here. Let me get in to some of the comments and take a peek at what we got going on. Give me one sec here. Let's get in there, guys. Smash up the like if you haven't done so already, guys, and subscribe. We are giving away $1,000 worth of Bitcoin when we hit 10,000 subscribers on the channel, and we are getting close to that. A lot of people are talking about staking Crow. I'm staking all my Crow right now. It is beautiful, making a couple dollars a day. Absolutely wonderful to be doing that. And I think it's a great thing to be doing. And a lot of people are talking about Tonic in the chat as well. Tonic is getting ready for a move. It is one of the top dApps. I don't see why Tonic wouldn't be an absolutely massive performer in the next bull market as well. And guys, I'm going to pull up the Crow chart for you as well. So let me get the Kronos chart going again. So looking at the Kronos chart, how do we get, is a dollar happening in the next bull market, right? Well, guys, here you go. There's your Crow versus Bitcoin chart. All right. Just look. At some point, we will be 600% higher versus Bitcoin than we are right now. You look at the overall market cap. Again, you look at possibly getting to a $10 trillion market cap. And if $8.36 trillion flow into the market just to get us to a $10 trillion market cap, call it $9 trillion flow in. How easy is it for a $1.7 billion market cap to double, triple, quadruple, 10x, 20x, 50x, even 100x? It actually gets pretty easy. And if you go to 24 trillion, it gets even easier. The fact that it's a top 50 coin is spectacular for it. The fact that they're launching a metaverse, the fact that they're doing these AMAs, spreading the word about the projects, the fact that it's a top 10 DeFi project, the fact that they've got more marketing deals than any other crypto exchange on planet Earth, the fact that they're the leader in terms of being compliant with all the different regulations that happen across the world in different countries, that's a huge thing. There's so many things to be bullish about for the Kronos project, guys. If these market caps really do get up there, then there's no reason, again, that Crypto.com coin couldn't get back to its previous all-time high, guys. It got all the way up to about 98 cents in the last bull market, and we are trying so hard right now, so hard to break above this blue line. If we can break above the blue line, we will get back to 8.5 cents, in my opinion. I'm very curious what your guys' thoughts are on that as well, but just the dollar Crow, I'm just so excited. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat, how much money will you have if Crow hits $1? I'm keeping that one a secret for now, protecting my bags, but I will be revealing that in the next bull market here. When we're really cooking, I will reveal that to you guys at some point. I promise you that I will. Lonnie also says, 80 million users. Yes, that is true. And 80 million users is Crypto.com's user base versus Binance's 140 million users. You're talking about having half the amount of users and being like a fifth or 1/10 of the market cap. It is only a matter of time, guys. Only a matter of time before Crypto.com starts to catch up. I'm not saying it necessarily has to flip Binance. Maybe one day it does. I don't think that's likely. You kind of have first mover advantage. I think Binance probably will remain the top crypto exchange out there. We'll have to see how it plays out. But I do think that Kronos and Crypto.com is one of its biggest competitors. That's why you do see them, like, they own CoinMarketCap. That's why you see them suppressing the rank for Crypto.com's exchange on CoinMarketCap, putting it at rank like number 30 just because of the rating, because of the whether or not they trust the data that's being reported by the exchange. So there's a lot of great things to be excited for, guys. Crow fam, it's very, very exciting. I'm looking for some other questions we got here. Smash up the like if you guys haven't done so. We're doing these live streams every Tuesday, Thursday, 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Is the AWS and Crow rumor true? Yes. Yes, it is. That is true. That is coming out. Amazon Web Services and Kronos are partnering up, which is very cool. Very cool to see. I don't think it's crazy massive news. There's a lot of partnerships out there with a lot of big companies that don't really do much, but it all helps. Let's be honest here. It all helps. The Crow burn will help. There's a lot of things to be excited about, guys. How do you supply Crow? How do you supply Crow? Well, you got to go to the DeFi app, Johnny. Johnny asking, JOHNNY asking, how do you supply it? You got to go to the DeFi app. You can do it through there. We've done a video on it in the past. Maybe I'll get another one out there in the future, guys. I'm also going to close this poll. Let's see what the results are. Do you guys think that crypto will be discussed in the next presidential election? The results are in with 29 votes. 93% of people say yes. Guys, that's incredible. That's incredible. If this is really talked about in the next presidential debate, I think that will be really bullish for crypto. Let's see how the word goes. Let's see what the verbiage is. Let's see if they're both, maybe they're both anti-crypto. Maybe one's pro-crypto, one's anti-crypto. Going to be very interesting. But I'll tell you this, if one's pro-crypto, one's anti-crypto, regardless of which candidate's pro or anti, their base is going to support them. And so you're talking about, roughly 50% of America, one way or another, is going to like crypto, and 50% of America might not like crypto, which honestly is bullish. Because if you got 50% of America that likes crypto all of a sudden, and they're doubling, tripling down, and they're saying, my candidate supports it, that could be very bullish, because the people that don't buy crypto won't have crypto. In my opinion, they'll stay poor or, not make as much money as the people that adopted crypto. And then you'll have the people that are excited about crypto that maybe are already in it. And then the people that get in it because they're political candidate. That'll be very interesting to see how that plays out in this next bull market. So I'm very, very curious about it. Nazar, good to have you in the chat. No worries for joining a little late. Crypto Crow shouting out Gold Pony's car reviews. Yeah, Gold Pony Crypto. He does a car channel as well, guys. Very, very cool. YouTube's a pretty neat thing. I urge anybody out there to create a YouTube channel. Before we started our channel, I was watching Gold Pony's videos as well. He does some good stuff. Oh, Gold Pony's in the chat. Gold Pony. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Looking now here, what else we got? Banking on my layer ones. As those shoot up, I'm taking half my profits into BTC and the other half into Tectonic. Very, very interesting. Lonnie's strategy is to hold the layer ones, take profit into Bitcoin, and then put the rest into Crow and Tonic. Okay, I like it. They lag behind the altcoins. Crow and Tonic might lag behind the altcoins. They certainly did last bull market. We'll have to see how it plays out. Going to be very interesting to watch Crow move this bull cycle. We had like 2 or 3 months of crazy bull action for Crow last bull cycle. And it was really riding on the Crypto.com arena news, probably. I'm pretty sure that was kind of the big driving factor. But it's going to be very interesting to see how this thing plays out. Nazar, any thoughts on Jasmy? Nazar, I keep saying I'm going to look into it, and I got to be honest with you guys. I have not looked into Jasmy yet. I've seen some videos on it. I'll try to get in there. I got to look at it for you, Nazar. Thank you for the reminder. I appreciate it. Crowfit says, I bet Trump has Bitcoin. I don't know about that. He's got the NFTs, but I'm just not sure if that guy's holding Bitcoin. Going to be very, very interesting to see. Did Tonic see a bull run yet? Well, Johnny, good question. Tonic didn't quite get I don't know. It didn't get the full bull run, but it got part of it. It got some excitement at the end of the bull run for sure. I think that we're really going to see what it's about in this next bull run. And given that it's such a low cap coin, really could do a lot. It just depends. Maybe we have one of those DeFi summers coming up. That would be spectacular. A DeFi summer where all the DeFi projects are just printing money hand over fist. That would be spectacular. Man, this chat is going wild today, guys. I love it. Gold Pony in the chat. We got Kid Pro Crow. Look at this interaction. I absolutely love this. I love this, guys. But yeah, Johnny, I do think Tonic is going to explode. I am bullish on Tonic. I've got quite a bit of Tonic myself. I think it's going to be great. We'll just have to see how all these things play out. I'm looking for some other questions here in the chat before we call it a day. A little shorter stream maybe today. Let me know if you guys do have any questions for us here in the chat. Looking at what we got out there. Yeah. Chris, Kipro Crow saying Chris stays true and focused on the course no matter what. Yeah, I mean, and I think that's a very bullish thing for crypto.com as well. Just kind of the demeanor that Chris Marsliak has about how he's tweeting, about how he's operating. I think it's very, very strong. Crowfit saying, tell Black Sea we miss him. I will. He wanted to be with you guys today. He wanted to be with us here on the stream. Couldn't join us, unfortunately. Goat Boys asking, so no thoughts on Polygon? Well, you know what? I do have some thoughts on Polygon. I'll tell you, it's an extremely popular token. I expect it to have huge gains in the next bull market. It's a fantastic solution to solve some of the issues that are going on in Ethereum. The fees in Ethereum are still way too high. That's why you got so many people that love Solana. Well, Polygon was a great solution in reducing those fees. People were using Polygon to make sure they were not burning all their money, all their ETH, doing transactions on the Ethereum network. I think if Ethereum starts to figure that out, maybe Polygon is less exciting. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Maybe I'd get a little more focused on like a Kronos or a Binance Smart Chain at that point. But it's going to be an interesting coin to watch. There's certainly a strong community that loves the Matic token. It's a very popular altcoin for people to be trading. So going to be very interesting to see how that one plays out. Going to be a lot of great projects, a lot of money to be made in the next bull market, guys. I hope, Johnny says, I hope Crow will leave the next Ethereum network for good and do 100% Kronos network. Yeah, I mean, we'll see how this thing plays out. I'm very excited for the future, how all these different chains develop. It's going to be quite the journey. A couple people in the chat are also buying some Polygon. Look at this chat. I love it. Absolutely going wild. Well, really, guys, that's all I got. I am starving. Oh, I got one more question. Kipro Crow, I got you. Crypto Kip. Will crypto play a part in your voting process, presidential-wise? I'll tell you, I do not like to comment on politics on this channel, Kipro Crow, but I'll just tell you straight up, yes, whatever candidate picks, whatever candidate is pro-crypto or closer to pro-crypto, given how all in I am on crypto, right? How much I love crypto, how much I believe in the future of it. I have no choice but to vote for a pro-crypto candidate, whatever their, political opinions might be, whether I like them, whether I don't like them, whatever it is. I want pro-crypto leaders, whether that's in the House, whether that's in the Senate, whether that's wherever, whatever it might be, whether it's the president. I think it's very important. And I think if you're a true crypto believer, and you have a lot of investments in crypto and you're looking for it to go up, I think that I'd be surprised if you guys weren't voting accordingly to their crypto stance as well. Very good question. I'm curious what your thoughts are, Kid Pro Crow. Why don't you spit that back at me in the chat? I'm very, very curious. Yeah, Crow Fritz, you're welcome. Absolutely. Lonnie asking, Crypto Kip, do you do lives weekly? Absolutely. Welcome to the channel, Lonnie. Thanks so much for watching the stream, guys. We do this we do it 2 times a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. at Central Standard Time. So mark your calendar. But yeah, Kid Pro Crow, I see that. Yeah, we're going to vote according to, are you pro-crypto? Are you anti-crypto? Because at the end of the day, politics is politics and policy is policy. And I care about the policy that comes after crypto. So we'll see how it all plays out. Going to be very, very, Very interesting. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. That's all I got in this one. Thanks for tuning in to another stream. Black Sea couldn't join us today. Sending the love on behalf of Black Sea and myself. Thanks for tuning in to another live stream. Gold Pony Crypto. Guys, by the way, in case you don't know who Gold Pony Crypto is, he's got a fantastic crypto channel, talks about Crow, talks about a lot of other great projects, a lot of NFTs and gaming projects as well. Check out his channel if you haven't done so already. If you like the crypto report, you're probably going to like his content too. Smash up the like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel. We are giving away $1,000 worth of Bitcoin at 10,000 subscribers. We are giving away a loaded lion NFT at 25,000 subscribers on the channel. And we are all going to make a lot of money in this next bull market if you've been buying the dip, if you're hanging on, and if we get these massive gains that we're all expected. I couldn't be more excited, guys. That's all I got in this one. I'm Crypto Kip. This is the Crypto Report. Don't forget to smash up the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, folks, you got to remember to DCA, to HODL. And of course, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. We'll see you next time. Peace.